we turn to the phone line and are joined by a guy. Wow, 12th year already in the NFL? 12th year in the NFL, four-time Pro Bowler, fresh off of winning in the black hole. The Kansas City Chiefs linebacker, Derrick Johnson, joining us here. It's been a dozen years since you left Austin, Derrick?
Yeah, I know. Time flies when you have the fun, I guess.
Wow. How are things different for you now than when you started off in the NFL, Derrick?
Well, I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot of ups and downs here in Kansas City. And coming in 2005, we weren't that good. I came in with Dick Vermeil. I've been through 5 head coaches, 3 GMs, 4 defensive coordinators. So I've been through a lot. But I've been fortunate to have longevity in this league and have a lot of success. So I'm fortunate and blessed.
So how has it been different under Andy Reid than perhaps in many other administrations you've been a part of in Kansas City, Derrick?
Well, you know what, Andy Reid, man, is probably he's top tier. He's probably one of the best head coaches I've had. He's a proven coach in this league. There's no gray area with him. He's always harping on the little things, doing the little things right, and we can get the big things. So, man, it's a blessing to have him. This is his 4th year with us, and we've had a winning record every year since he's been here. So that's hats off to him.
So Derrick Johnson joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. 1-5 last year. You made the playoffs. What was it like for you? Because there's a handful of 1-5 teams, the Jets from last night, and then, of course, the defending NFC champs, the Carolina Panthers. What was it like around that building when you were 1-5 that allowed you to turn things around?
You know what? When you're 1-5, a lot of confidence comes out of the team, and one thing you have to do, you have to keep your confidence through the ups and downs. You got to keep your confidence, especially through adversity times. And being 1-5, football's hard already, but when you're 1-5, it's really hard. So if they can, I guess my advice to the teams that are 1-5 who've been through it last year, don't lose your confidence. And just keep, just don't get distracted, knowing that you are a really good team and you got good players in there. That it's a lot of parity in the league, and you're only a playoff or inches away from winning the game. So hopefully they can turn around. But if not, we're gonna do what we do on our team.
Derrick Johnson joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. What challenges does Drew Brees present for you in the defense coming in this week with 2 straight wins under his belt?
Man, Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's a guy that's he can be mentioned with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and those type of guys. And to have his name in those sentences, in that sentence, it tells you how big of an impact he makes on that team. He's just the way he looks off safeties and throws guys open. I mean, sometimes I was looking at film and some guys not even. They get it covered, but he's actually throwing them open. So for him to actually be that great of a quarterback, I mean, it's a blessing that they have him on the team. And he's still playing at a high level at his age. And
obviously, Derrick, if you've got to go point for point with Drew Brees, if you're in need of some points, you just dial up the Dontari Poe play on the goal line, right, Derrick?
Right, that would be a hard tackle. I mean, man, to see my big man get in there like that was pretty cool.
What are there no offensive plays for Derrick Johnson?
Man, you know what? I have a talk with Andy because I know I'm a lot athletic than Dontari Poe, but maybe down the line we got something up the sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, because you're more of a moving target, I imagine, than Dontari Poe. When it all comes down to it, I probably people can hit me a lot easier than him though. It'll hurt when you hit him. What was it like on the sideline after that the play was called? You knew it's coming and it actually happened.
That was cool. We kind of knew what the play was going to be, and when Dontari went in there, we was like, man, big boys don't get in the end zone much, but to have that type of player that plays at a high level on the defense side of the ball, to come on offense and give that offense a little bit of push. And he's a 350-pound man, so that was pretty cool.
What would you prefer, Derrick, to be overlooked like you and the Chiefs are almost every year, or to be one of the teams that gets talked about nationally as Super Bowl contenders and get the hosannas thrown your way that you probably think you deserve?
Well, we like to fly under the radar. Being in Kansas City, it's a smaller market, but it's all about winning. I think you'll get that pub and get that recognition once you make it closer to the big dance or have a little success like we did in the playoffs last year. But making it to the Super Bowl and winning it, trust me, we'll have all the media press we would need.
And our poll question today, Derrick, is would you want to see pass interference as a reviewable play, to go under the booth to say defensive pass interference happened? Would you agree with that?
You know what? I'm kind of iffy on it just because, don't get me wrong, I'm a defensive guy, and, you know, I'm very biased when it comes to pass interference and stuff. But in the heat of the moment, if it doesn't look like one, you know, you just kind of have to go with the call. I mean, I like the rule right now and not having it replayed, because it's a judgment call at the end of the day at times. So, and everybody's human and everybody makes mistakes, so the game is not perfect, but I would just keep it like it is right now.
What would be something that you would want reviewable that's not already, Derrick?
Ooh, probably the head-to-head collision. I don't know if that's reviewable or not right now, but in the moment at times, like I had on Sunday, you have a really big hit, and they may have thrown a flag at times, but it just looks real vicious and hard, but it's actually a clean hit. So,
Derrick Johnson of the Chiefs joining me here. And speaking of vicious and hard, one of your colleagues in Cincinnati, Vontaze Burfict, is in the news again because it looks like he hit Martellus Bennett dirty from behind late, not even making a play on the ball. There's a little bit back and forth as to whether he purposely stomped on LeGarrette Blount or not, or if it was in retaliation to something. But, you know, do you think that players should be policing themselves and not leave it up to the NFL to make these decisions? Or do you think that the way it's currently set up, you're fine with?
Well, it's pros and cons to both situations, but at the end of the day, being a player, you just kind of got to police yourself more, and you got to be more responsible when it comes to being rougher on a player or y'all getting into it. You got to get them back, you know, within the rules of the game, but you got to do it in a better way. But I mean, trust me, Vontaze Burfict is one of the physical linebackers out there, but. You know, you can hurt your team at times when you do silly stuff like that.
Before I let you go, what are you and Jamal Charles thinking about the current state of University of Texas football and Charlie Strong? It seems like his job's threatened every single week, Derrick.
Yeah, that's a tough deal, man. You know, I'm used to seeing back in the day playing for UT in 01 to 04. You know, we won 10 games a year, so to see them, you know, trying to get out of the gutter right now. I'm rooting for Charlie Strong. He's a great guy. He stands for a lot, and he loves his players. And they're just young right now, but I think they're 3-3, and I'm hoping they win out. That's one of the things where you know, the pressure's on, but I do have faith in Charlie Strong, so I'm rooting for him.
Do you think it's unfair, the amount of criticism he's getting?
It's unfair, but that's how it is. That's how it is because you're at the University of Texas, and the standard is very high. That's just how it is, and that comes with the job. And
the Big 12, according to the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, owes people an apology for not expanding. Were you surprised that they didn't expand yesterday, Derrick?
Not really. I don't know much about it, but I would have thought they would expand. But I mean, it's one of those things where it didn't happen, but. You know, a lot goes on with that. All
right, Derrick. We'll be out. Oh, yeah, before I let you go, that's Chris Law just reminded me here, my colleague. Andy Reid was on this show, Derrick. So was a rapper named Lil Dicky, who's a big Andy Reid fan from Philadelphia and wants to put Coach Reid in a rap video that we would call the I guess the beat of the rap would be "The time's yours." That's all he's got to do is look at a camera and say "The time's yours" next to the rapper Lil Dicky. I'm having trouble getting Coach Reid to do it. Can you help? Can you help with this, Derrick?
You know what? Maybe if we win the Super Bowl, you know what? I can maybe ask him. But until then, you know, he probably will not do.
There's no chance. He seems like he has. I mean, if he's calling up, dialing up plays for Don Terry Poe, And he's got a little bit of something in him that we need to bring out, Derrick, right?
He definitely has an edge. He definitely has a swag. Because a couple years ago, he dabbed on everybody. But I tell you what, he's more focused on winning and the team aspect. But you know what, man, if we can win a Super Bowl, you know what, I'll ask him.
Okay, deal. I'll hold you to that. I'm sure you wouldn't mind being held to it. Derrick, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
All right, good deal.
You got it. That's Derrick Johnson, Chiefs linebacker.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.